Ounahi, man, move to Marseille is not a move, to be honest. That personally, I haven't, I didn't see it coming.
PSG is all set. Hakim Ziyech is all set. Chelsea did him dirty. That's what happened. So first Arsenal and then their own player, man. The disrespect is real.
The person who had to get cut at Al Nassr because of too many foreign players in their league and team was Aboubakar. He's been kind of underrated. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Afro Rooted Podcast. I'm Agaazi, joined again as always with Eyu and Kenea. And today we're going to be covering the World Cup stars and all the biggest moves that happened in this January. We're asking a question of where are they now, and see their transfers that did happen, but it also didn't happen. So without further ado, let's get going. Know who they might be. But without further ado, our first player that we're mentioning is Ounahi, making the big move from Angers to Marseille and actually scoring a goal on his debut. Kenea, take it away.
Ounahi, man, that was a transfer. Ounahi is a player that has been linked with a lot of teams, and a player that many were looking forward to in this January transfer window, especially with Angers being in a bad position. A move to Marseille is not a move, to be honest. That personally, I haven't, I didn't see it coming, but it made perfect sense as Pape Gueye just left to Sevilla as well. And yeah, man, I feel like he is in a better position, but I was expecting to see him more in the Premier League or even in Napoli or any other team in the Serie A. But I'm sure that those moves will come. But it's not a bad place to be in right now for him.
What did you say about the great goal he scored in his debut?
I mean, you can't ask for more from him, right? Like first start, first goal. So he's off to a great start. Let's see if he can maintain his form, right? We know he's not a huge goal scorer by nature, and I'm sure that's not why Marseille bought him, but it's always a plus.
Absolute banger, by the way. What a beauty.
I know. And from one banger of a player to the next one, another Moroccan international. We're going to cover Hakim Ziyech. So Ziyech, he didn't actually have the transfer, but tell us why, like what happened for those who lived on the rock and weren't able to see it.
Yo, Chelsea did him dirty. That's what happened, bro. What the hell? Everything's agreed. Everyone is on the same page about everything. PSG is all set. Hakim Ziyech is all set. And then Chelsea does a Chelsea
signature.
They've literally been messing with everybody this transfer window. First Arsenal and then their own player, man. The disrespect is real. Earlier, I'm sure a lot of you have seen a video where I was talking about how Ziyech should be going to Newcastle. Obviously, Newcastle got Anthony Gordon, which is an interesting move. I think he's going to flourish under Eddie Howe, but dude, what a disaster for Hakim Ziyech. And it's going to be much tougher for him to go to PSG in the summer, I'm sure, because they're probably going to be interested in spending more money. There are going to be more options available. Yeah. So,
and also let's not forget his form, right? Like he was on an incredible comeback, amazing form in the World Cup, and we were all looking forward to seeing how he was going to build up to that. And that kind of momentum is very hard to build as well. So, it's really unfortunate.
Dude, yeah. Such a sad end to the transfer window for him, because Chelsea has just brought in so many players, and by the end of the season, you don't know what his position is going to look like. I support him. I think he is good enough to stand out, even with the new players that they've brought in. But if you saw the way Chelsea lined up in their last game, I forgot who they were playing against, but it's like a kid with new toys. He just, like Graham Potter, just threw a bunch of the new players, and So yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to stand out in that team. Yeah. But yeah, I wish him the best for the future. I hope he picks a better team. Like down with Chelsea.
Chelsea again made the excuse that it was said that they were too busy with Enzo Fernandez and kind of getting it down, but it's very, very sad for Ziyech. So without further ado, moving on to our number 3. And this player was kind of involved in a bit of a three-way in which his move was affected. Aboubakar making the move to Besiktas. So I think we all know the story of how that happened, where Wout Weghorst, who was on loan from Burnley to Besiktas, and then United wanted him and took him on loan, that left an empty spot. And Ronaldo, who departed United, went to Al Nassr, and then the person who had to get cut at Al Nassr because of of too many foreign players in their league and team was Aboubakar. So he made his way, and he was kind of involved in this crazy three-way, and he is now playing at Besiktas. It was actually a good move for him. What do we think of that? Me personally, I'm very happy. He's been kind of underrated. Even at his age, he's doing really well. So, do you guys think that's a good move for Besiktas? Like, is it all just kind of happened to work out, or what are we saying, boys?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Besiktas is the big winner from the three teams, honestly, because they got a big payout for Manchester United for like the termination of Wout Weghorst's loan. So, and then they get a class striker who's on the top of his game. So, I don't see anything wrong with it from their perspective. Burnley as well. I think they benefited, but and Man U, let's just get it right. Man U got a good striker who's also in good form and looking good, but I think Besiktas will be really, really happy with their position now.
Yeah, no, most definitely, man. It was they got a player as equal or if not even better than Weghorst, and for a payout as well, man. You can't ask for anything better. Yeah, it was just worked out for everybody at the end of the day. I feel like in this 3-in-1 deal, it worked out for everyone.
Yeah, Besiktas being a big winner, and another big winner for this weekend, 1-0 win against Leeds, and looking really impressive at Forest. They were able to somehow bag Andre Ayew from to Forest. Again, can you even explain the business that they're doing, Forest EU?
Dude,
so many players, and now.
I do not understand.
This guy?
I don't know what's going on at Nottingham Forest. Steve Cooper is doing an insane job. Recently with the second half of this, the last 10 games or so, bringing them back into a more solid defensive shape, and coming out with those 1-0 victories. I mean, dude, insane job. But with regards to the transfer, I don't really understand where Andre Ayew fits in the team. They also signed Chris Wood on loan from Newcastle. They have Emmanuel Dennis, Brennan Aronson, or Brennan Aronson, Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson. Sorry. I feel like they have just too many strikers, but it'll be interesting to see what happens. He made his debut over the weekend at the time of recording. He looked okay. First action was to get Nottingham a foul, and they're under pressure all game. So it's gonna be interesting to see the role that he plays, because for me, Emmanuel Dennis is a class striker. He deserves to be in the Prem, but he hasn't been getting enough game time under Steve Cooper. So is the Andre Ayew transfer gonna mean less game time for players like him? Who knows? Chris Wood started also over the weekend, so it looks like Chris Wood might be the go-to guy, because he gives a bit more of an aerial threat. He's a bit of a target man. He can hold up the ball for them when they're trying to counterattack. So, and a couple of the faster players like Morgan Gibbs-White and Brennan Johnson can play the ball off of him and stuff like that. So we'll see. I hope it doesn't fail. I hope it's a good transfer for Ayew. It's good to see him back in the Prem, though.
Yeah, second African player, by the way, that came back from the Middle East at the late stage of his career,
Yeah.
And just one thing with Nottingham Forest is, I feel like they're kind of giving up on Emmanuel Dennis, man. I mean, they already have Taiwo as well, right? The Nigerian striker.
Oh, we need,
So, they got 3 African strikers in the Nottingham Forest. So
that's a good point. Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to work out, like you said, but hopefully it's for the better. And if not, we might see somebody like Emmanuel Dennis. I feel like I want to see him maybe move on somewhere else if this is not the right fit for him. And maybe Andre Ayew is a better fit at Nottingham Forest, and only time will tell at this point. But one thing's for sure, Nottingham Forest is doing something right, because 2023, they're the ones with the most points. 11 out of their 24 points just came in 2023. So, yeah, I think he went into a team that is most likely going to remain in the Premier League.
Yeah, and switching from the Premier League to La Liga, Eyu, I know you watched the Sevilla-Barcelona game, bit of a drubbing from Barcelona. How do you feel about, obviously the exchange? We know who went in their place, but actually, no, I'm sorry, he didn't go, but Pape Gueye moving to Sevilla. What do you think? Did you get a chance to watch him a little bit yesterday?
Yeah. So he's a player that admittedly I haven't watched a lot of. He looked okay. I mean, it was a tough game to I think it was his debut, to make your debut on playing Barcelona away. He looked okay. He was playing, I think he was playing as an 8 in midfield, and I think we're going to see more of his potential against other teams in other games, but he looked okay. I think it's an interesting transfer, one to keep an eye on, and I'm excited to see more of him in the Sevilla team, who are looking okay.
I know. So let's move down to our number 6, Kamaldeen Sulemana. Pardon me if I've kind of butchered the pronunciation. He made the move to Southampton, and sorry everyone, pardon me, pardon my French, but he made the move to Southampton, and Southampton also kind of got beat badly this weekend. What do you think about him and his move?
I think Sulemana, I think we've always mentioned him in our podcast, especially when it comes to the Ghanaian national team. It's great to see him in the Premier League, and I don't have any doubts about Sulemana's potential and talent that he possesses. But one thing that worries me is that maybe this is not the right move for him and at the right team, right? Like, because Southampton is currently now bottom at the table, and maybe he's the key missing puzzle. Missing a player that will help them stay in the Premier League. But if they don't, that might put him in a sticky situation. I don't want to see him go to the Championship, be in a similar situation that players like Ismail Assar are right now. But that being said, Sulemana is actually a great dribbling talent, right? He's I think he has 4.5 dribbles per game or per 90 minute, which is the most in the League One. And if you compare that to the highest in the Premier League last year was Alain Saint-Maximin with 3.7 dribbles. It's a lot more than that, but I know the league, the French league and the Premier League is not the same league. But that being said, I feel like Southampton has a great option, because that's something they've been missing, an exciting player that could create chances, that could get by players, and that's why they've signed him.
Yeah, I feel like Southampton's biggest problem this season is attacking threat, right? And they signed a couple players to help them with that. So, and he did make his debut this weekend, and he was looking good. So, it'll be really interesting to see how the new African boys at Southampton develop.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it looks like hopefully they stay in.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hope he enjoys the Championship. We're prepared for that life, but hopefully not. I don't know. We don't want to see that. And our number 7 of this list. So Amrabat and his failed move to Barcelona. So, there was actually another player I know from LA Galaxy who wasn't able to make it, but. Okay, is this a bit of a trend? Like, I mean, the one I'm talking about, I saw him in LA Galaxy, but then again with Amrabat, are Barcelona just leaving it too late to you? Like, wow, what's going on? They've known about this guy, they've had the time. What's happening?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Barcelona, to be honest. I think everyone had. I think a lot of teams have probably had Amrabat in their sights, and I believe that Fiorentina was willing to sell. It just mattered about is someone going to meet the price that they expected, and I think that's pretty much just what happened at the end of the transfer window. I agree with you; they probably shouldn't have left it that late, but I feel like the reason that they didn't end up following through with it in the end is probably they have enough players in midfield, and they also decided to keep Kessie, who was linked away from Barcelona over the course of the window. So I think maybe it's one to look out for during the summer. Busquets, funny enough, Busquets got injured over the weekend, and it looks like a serious injury. But so they could have used him, but Amrabat is a good player. He's still gonna get the transfer that he wants. It's just he's just gonna have to wait for another few months.
Who knows? Maybe I see him at a Liverpool or something, man.
Nah, it's okay. It's all right. I want to support him. Yeah. But yeah, boys. I think that's our number 7. Those are our top 7 players who made some big transfers this window. Everyone, let us know in the comments below, like what you thought, and some players maybe who should have been inside. Did we get our order wrong? And what do you guys think of it? So don't forget to comment below.
Yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in. Until next time.